welcome to another edition of Ruel Media Dance Showcase, where it is all about dance. I'm your host, Crystal Williams, and today we are at the Atlanta Dance and Music Academy, and I'm taking part in a class that is fantastic. It's actually called the Allynism, taught by Allyne Gartrell. But first, we have some exciting events we want you to partake in, so check it out. We'll also be headed to the Southwest Arts Center in Atlanta to cover Fusion, presented by Total Dance Company. But first, while I go in and take this class, we'll be going to We Entertain Studios to cover the Young Choreographers Conference.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Asia Diamond, and you are tuned in to the Ruel Media Dance Showcase, where it's all about the dance. And today, we are at We Entertain to cover the 2015 Young Choreographers Conference. And now we're joined by Taryn Noah. Beautiful name, but it's hard to pronounce, but I love it. She is the creative director of the Young Choreographers Conference. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. It's hot, and it's muggy.
We did community service this morning. We did a great thing. We went and handed out waters because it was so hot.
Nice. Okay, so before we get into that, tell me about the community service.
The community service is an aspect of the Young Choreographers Conference that we make mandatory for all of our choreographers that enter into the project. So they have a showcase on Saturday evening, or on Friday evening. Saturday morning, they all wake up and first thing in the morning, 10 o'clock, we go do community service. So each city that we go to, we do something different depending on what season it is. So because it's so hot outside, we decided we're going to hand out waters.
Mm-hmm. I should have been there to give me your free water, but I missed it. But I'm going to catch it next year.
We'll give you one.
There we go. So tell me a little bit about your background in dance.
Oh, my background. I started choreographing at the age of 13. It's been a passion for 2/3 of my life, actually. I choreographed up through all of those years. I started my first dance company. After many, many competitive dance teams, I found my home in hip-hop and in performing and creative directing and choreographing performances, not so much competitions. I stepped out of the competition game. I just saw that my style was being honored as far as entertaining a crowd, more so than winning an award and winning a trophy. And I saw that there was a place for dancers to be trained to perform as opposed to being trained to win. So in 2007, I founded my dance company, which is Subculture Royalty Dance Company. In 2012, we opened Sub Roy, which is short for Subculture Royalty, Sub Roy Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. And we've been jamming ever since. Memphis is known for music. Memphis is known for the blues. Memphis is known for rock and roll. There are a multitude of professional dancers that were trained in Memphis and got their start in Memphis. We really, really would love for Memphis to be synonymous with dance as it is with music. But we absolutely adore the Atlanta dance community. And, we're homegrown people. We listen to the same music. We the same tribe. You know what I mean? Memphis and Atlanta, I say it all the time, it's the same tribe. The musicians borrow from each other all the time. They network with each other all the time. And we've got dancers that do not want to move to LA. They don't want to be that far from mom. They don't want to be that far from grandma. You know what I mean? And then, even if they didn't mind being that far from home, they may just vibe better with what's going on here. There's definitely more legwork has been done here in Atlanta as far as the professional dance industry is concerned. I personally would love to see it grow even further. And what Sub Roy would love to be, Subculture Royalty and Sub Roy Studios, as well as the WJF and the Young Choreographers Conference, we would love to be not only a training ground for Memphis dancers, but also be a resource to the Atlanta dance industry to fuel dancers here as opposed to sending them all the way across the country.
Again, y'all, she is doing it, and she is helping the dancers in Memphis and Atlanta. So tell us a little bit more about the Young Choreographers Conference. I almost said showcase, but I got it. Tell us a little bit more about that.
This conference is currently in its 5th year. It was originally a part of the curriculum for Sub-Roy dancers, for the Subculture Royalty Company members. It was not necessarily mandatory, but highly encouraged. We started in 2010 as a part of the curriculum for the Subculture Royalty dancers. And what I saw was how strongly it influenced their growth. It expanded their horizons. It showed them that, okay, I've gone to this convention. I can learn this choreography fast. I can execute this choreography fast. Now I've got ideas. I'm so busy learning everybody else's and perfecting it and impressing them or not. You know what I mean? Because just because you do a good job doesn't mean everybody's going to get impressed. You know what I mean? So then you've got to find something in there. There's some way in there for me to feel like I did something. And I noticed, I said, you know what, let's do this. Let's see what they come up with. And it just picked up. I mean, it was chaos backstage because it's really political at home because all of the studio dancers do it and they're all in each other's pieces or they're not. And they're, just young politics that at 13 and 14, they need to learn how to do that. They need to learn how to represent themselves. They need to learn how to style. They need to learn how to direct. They need to learn how to teach their choreography proficiently. They need to learn how to stage. They need to know how to say to somebody, you're not doing what I need you to do. And it doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means you're not doing what I need you to do, and I need you not be in my piece or not be in this part of my piece. These are things that if they're going to be professionals, what I tell them all the time, as a professional, your job is to not be eliminated. Because once you get to where you're going, it's a whole lot of other people there too. Right. And they're just as good as you. You gotta compete with them. So there's two things you gotta learn. You gotta learn how to be excellent amongst excellence. Secondly, you gotta know how to not get eliminated. And the way to not get eliminated is to be necessary. So that is what it did for our studio dancers. It gave them one more exercise and one more project to hone in on those skills that they need to be professionals, not just dancers, just professionals, period. And I thought it was time to take this other places. I've seen the influx of attention going on young dancers. This is something that I've seen become a trend over the past 10 years, that the world is paying attention to young dancers now. And, okay, guess what? Y'all got to be ready. Right. You got to be ready because now the opportunity is there for you to shine. So now you need to make sure you can shine. The quality of the work that we saw last night, you're going to see footage. These kids were awesome. These kids were awesome. They need a little bit of mentoring, a little bit of more time on stage, a little bit more experience creating. They're ready. They're going to be ready when their time comes, and it may come sooner for some and later for others, but your job is to be ready. Your job is to be ready and to be poised when your time comes. And that's what this show has done for our kids in Memphis, and I want to spread that love. I want to spread that opportunity to different kids. So we've got five cities slated for 2015. Our fifth city, we're leaving it open because we're going to pick up some momentum. After Atlanta, we're going to Dallas, then Los Angeles, and then our annual Memphis show is always Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully some of the kids from the other cities will want to come to Memphis and rock it out with the Memphis kids. And after that momentum, after those successful shows, we know that we're going to have some interest from some other cities. So that fifth city, if you go to our website, yccdance.com, it's up for grabs. It will be up for grabs. And maybe we come back here and do it bigger. This was definitely a beginner showcase for Atlanta, but it happened. And that was the important thing, is that it was pulled off. So maybe we'll be back in December.
Well, I'm from New York. Hey. So to all my New Yorkers, I need you. Hey, I need you to get YCC to come down there, okay? Follow them. Give them your social media. You already gave the website.
Yes. Social media. Instagram is Young Choreographers 2015. It'll change every year. It's really easy to change your name. I personally, as a choreographer, Terra Noir, TerraNnoir. Subroy Studios 901 is the studio.
Nice. So make sure you follow them, and there you have it.
Thank you for having us.
And now let's check out some of the footage of the 2015 Young Choreographers Conference.
Who really wanted the mixtape? You bet? Yeah. First, let me hop out the motherfucking Porsche on it. See, like a horse. So much wood, build me a fort, paint to me. Crowned by the toilet. I just took him to the
Today we're here with Allyne Gartrell of Atlanta Dance Connection. How are you, Allyne?
I am wonderful. How are you this evening?
Wonderful. I'm even better actually after taking your class because it was fantastic. The connection that you have with the dancers in the room is palpable. You feel the care, the energy, the support in the you have this presence that is really warm.
Thank you. And thank you for coming and joining in our class tonight. I know that was truly an experience for you. But we are the Atlanta Dance Connection, and we are so excited that you're here to join us tonight. And it is the connection, and that's what's the most important, connecting energies and bodies and people together to make a powerful statement.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about Allynism. How did you develop Allynism?
Okay. Oh, this Allynism thing. And I guess it's been coming on for years and years. But my friends used to always say when I would come home from tour or whatever, they was like, well, what's the new Allynism? And it was whatever my new dance was or my little saying or whatever. And it just kind of stuck. But when I really began to think about what it really meant on a deeper level, it was all the facets and all the genres of dance that I love so much, and how I had cultivated those things into the type of stylistic dancer that I was. And so that's what made me a little different from most artists, because I had such a passion for so many forms of dance. And when I began to pull those things together, I realized that I had a unique way, a unique voice of how I would speak the language. And so that began to cultivate Allynism over years and years. Their signature phrases. So Allynism is an exploration of like movement clarity, performance quality, artistic interpretation, so you get all of these wonderful qualities, and then we connect them all together.
That's beautiful. So from that unique experience that you provide for anyone coming into your class, what are some of the top 3 things you want them to take away after they leave your classroom?
That's difficult. I think one of the major things is that an awareness of self, that your presence in the room matters. You making the effort to come to class, that's a statement within itself. And what you get from that class, you may not be the greatest dancer in the class, you may not have this or that, but because your soul is fed while you're there. You're around like minds and like spirits that dwell together. So we have a common purpose. And so that energy, that synergy that's in the room, you begin to feel that magnetism, and it pulls on you. And then before you leave, you realize that you've been wrapped up in this experience, and you leave much better than you came.
I'm over here in it. I'm just like, give me more. I'm so fed. So what are some of the things that are coming up with Atlanta Dance Connection that we can expect, that you can let our audience know about?
Well, we just opened our 7th season. This is our 7th year of producing art and entertainment here in education in Atlanta. So we are Sublime 7th. So we are uniquely 7th in our 7th season. So we have our opening season coming up in October. You can go to the website, www.atlantadanceconnection.com, and it has our full season schedule posted. We do tour a lot, so you can see us in different cities. So please check the touring schedule, because we're always in a city near you. We're coming to you, okay? So, but our first concert here in Atlanta is October 20th and 21st.
Perfect. You heard that, right? You're going to be there, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be there, right? Yes. So how can we find you on social media? Let us know where we can definitely get some of that energy, that good energy going in our life.
Social media, Atlanta Dance Connection on Facebook and also on Instagram. And then myself individually, Allyne D. Gartrell, Facebook and Instagram.
Well, thank you so much. We will be watching the success of the connection here, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Enjoyed it.
Right. Now check out our coverage of Fusion by Total Dance Company.
You're watching Ruel Media's Dance Showcase, where it's all about the dance. I'm your host, Ayana, and today we're going to cover Terry Ajile Axum and her dance company, Total Dance. And now we're joined with Terry Ajile Axum. Ajile, can you tell us a bit about your background in dance?
I would love to. My background in dance started actually with my mother, an awesome performer and entertainer. And I actually started technical classes when I was 4 years old at Smith School of Dance in Atlanta. I continued with Dwayne Deshawn in Atlanta, with Spelman College Dance Studio, with the Atlanta Ballet Studio. I continued there, going to New York, where I studied at Dance Theater of Harlem. I received an Alvin Ailey Scholarship, and I studied under many master instructors, well-renowned Catherine Dunham and her master instructors under her company, and many, many more.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm sure everyone wants to know, how did you create Total Dance?
Total Dance actually started during my undergrad years. I was a dance teacher at the Princeton Cultural Arts Center in Princeton University as an undergraduate for my work study. Upon graduating, I became a cultural arts director. During that time, I worked with a lot of programming, instructing, and directing in dance, and then I continued at Rutgers University, New York University, as well as I developed my concepts for modern and African dance and total dance.
I understand that you have a Kwanzaa celebration that you host every year. Do you mind telling the audience about that Kwanzaa celebration?
Sure. In Atlanta, we have been celebrating Kwanzaa through Total Dance Dance Circle Productions for approximately 20 years. Prior to that, as a cultural arts director during the Black theater movement during the 70s and 80s, I actually did a lot of research and began the celebration of Kwanzaa when Kwanzaa pretty much had started by Rankarenga in the 1960s. Upon relocating from New Jersey and New York to Atlanta and establishing Total Dance Dance Circle Productions, this program embraced Kwanzaa as well. So we're really excited about embracing this African American holiday.
So, Ajile, are there any events coming up for you?
We have a host of events coming up during the time of Black History Month. My first week of February, I will actually be at Penn State University, where my daughter, Kikora Franklin, is a professor of dance there. Upon returning from there, we will be throughout the community presenting our African American Black History Month celebration at several different sites.
Ajila, you can be found on Danceicle Productions Inc. on Facebook and Total Dance on Instagram, correct?
Yes. You can also find us on location at the Adamsville Recreation Center, where we are company in residence. That's 3201 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, right here in Atlanta, in the community, located at 285 and Martin Luther King. The program that we have here in Atlanta, it involves a host of gifted professionals that love to teach and also perform. We would love to have you visit us, and we look forward to that time.
Thank you, Ajile.
Thank you.
And now, let's look at some highlights from Fusion.
Hope you enjoyed our show today. Be sure to log on to mrmdanceshowcase.com for info, updates, and episodes. And be sure to follow us at Mark Ruel Media. I'm your host, Crystal Williams. You can follow me at Crystal Williams. Be sure to tune in next week.
Dance Showcase, Dance Showcase.